Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the Ranting Blue Penguin, Tim. After a 1-0 Union Omaha victory at Greenville, the belt is secured, top of the table is secured, 3 points, no matter how ugly. And yeah, that match just happened. I can't tell you how hard it was to watch that match. I all credit to the guys. They pulled together. They were able to hold on through the end. They got a good bounce of luck on the hauled turnover that Pedro put right past the keeper. Just chance favors the prepared, right? So being in the right place at the right time, and that chance really favored them. But overall, this was one of those matches that just had no real flow to it. Every time you turned around, there was something stopping play. Usually it was a foul or a yellow card because it seems like he had an infinite deck tonight. And as we mentioned in the pregame, he does tend to give cards. He hasn't gone less than 4 cards still since like 2016 for his professional career. So it was one of those where you should have known going in that there was going to be a lot of cards, there was going to be a lot of whistles um, up to really a low tolerance for physicality. I didn't see a whole lot in many of those challenges tonight. There was 1 or 2 tactical fouls that we saw that, okay, maybe you card that, but overall, I didn't think like it was a game that deserved as many yellow cards as we had. And then even the coach, even Rick Wright, got in one on one there at the end. But either way, it was a good defensive performance. We held Greenville to very few shots, very few touches in the box, very few chances. So even if it was boring, sometimes you got to win boring and you got to win ugly. And uh, again, Union Omaha gets to the top of the table. So let's take a live look at that right now, and we see exactly what we're talking about right there. Union Omaha, 7 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 22 points. Greenville Triumph right there on 22 points as well. Ford Madison, their game's in a lightning delay, but as it stands right now, they're going to draw with Central Valley thanks to a Jacob Kroll own goal. So that's where we're looking right now. Knoxville came from behind and won, so they're putting themselves in that race for the top 3, top 2, only 3 points back. And then just a great last minute win for Tormenta. Congrats to those guys. Unfortunately, Lexington, that means as it stands, you guys are right there at the bottom of the table. But I mean, either way, this is one of those where you don't feel good about the match that we just watched between Union Omaha and Greenville, but you do feel good because it was 3 points, and when you can go in to hostile territory like that and you can take those 3 points, you'll take them as much as you can. A little bit worried about Dion going off with the injury with his back, and a little bit worried about Marco. Looked like it could have been a hamstring issue that he was there. Of course, me being a doctor among Penguins, right? I know exactly what's wrong. We will check in with Coach Casciato during the week, and we'll see if we can get an update on exactly what happened. But on the plus side, Isaac Kabawa got to see significant minutes tonight, and I was really impressed that he was able to come in and do that much time and really fill in for that role with Dion Akov. I think it took a little bit of the sting out of our attack, but I think he did really well in the defense. And I think considering the circumstances, he did his job. He did what was asked of him. Mishak Jerome also, he came in and he had a really solid night. I've criticized him before. I've said that he's had a couple of lapses that have really contributed to us not doing well in a couple of cases. There's been some goals that he has directly given up, but he had a really good, solid night tonight, and it looked like his talent had come back. It looked like his ability was on full display. The kind of talent that a player like him has, and we've just been waiting for it. And unfortunately, it took Marco going off for him to come in and do that. But he had a very solid night. Blake had a real good night as well. Luca, all of the guys really that compact defense. And considering that Dom made his last subs with about 20, 27, 28 minutes to go, uh, that's that's some confidence in the people that you have out there, and the fact that we can bring on somebody like Misael Rodriguez and we can bring on Brandon Knapp. and we can give those guys out on the pitch. Joe Gallardo, Lagos got a rest tonight. We brought on Zako, and it was good that you have the faith to do that in a very close game against an opponent that, we held them in check tonight, but they are ever dangerous, and they can do something. They had a couple of chances there towards the end that, for the grace of Rashid Nuhu and a couple of some desperate defending, we were able to cut out and turn into non-issues. So again, that's kind of my take on it. It was a really, really good win. I do want to point out a couple of stats to you here, and we'll do this if so. I'm taking this from the FOTMob site and giving you kind of some of the final stats that we're seeing for the game. So according to FOTMob right now, that was a 58% possession match for Greenville. And if you take a look at the second half, though, they really dominated. That was a 64% to 36% possession. We were comfortable, especially after getting the goal. It felt like to just kind of sit back and absorb the pressure, stay compact, stay disciplined, and it was really good to see that we didn't have the kind of mistakes that we've had in the past that kept us from keeping a clean sheet. It's the first clean sheet we've had in quite a while. I want to say since a Charlotte Independence match a couple of months ago now. I don't have it immediately offhand, but if you can see, like, one shot on target for the entirety of the second half while they were chasing the game. Quite a bit different from the 26 total shots and 3 on target that they had against Lexington, but still able to frustrate them and able to keep them from having those touches in the box. You can see that their passing was significantly better than ours was in the second half. And 212 passes, 80% passing, and they still could not get through our compact defense. And we'll go to your overall stats yet again. To end it, 100 passes, accurate passes, more than we had. 7% better, although passing was not good. If you watch the broadcast, Mark and Ross were right on it that it really wasn't a good flowing game, even when they could get a chance to play through. You didn't see a lot of just quality. It seemed like it was an off night for both sides, and fortunately, we got a goal and we got a bounce. The touches in the opposition box, those were significantly lower for Greenville up until the end of the second half. But really, this is what I wanted to point out. 5 yellow cards, really 5 for Greenville if you count Rick Wright. Um, I don't know what to say about a lot of those. I don't like blaming the refs, but a lot of the feel of this game was kind of messed up through the refs' whistle. So once again, just kind of some of the FOTMob stats that we have there. You can see that this was not a dominating possession performance, but it was a professional performance, and it's one of those sometimes you just gotta win ugly type of deals. So with that, um, those are really my initial thoughts. Once again, a good win. A win's a win. 3 points is 3 points, and we'll take it. But it's not the quality that we're used to seeing, and I'm sure that Dom's going to have some words and some didn't meet up to his standards. There were a lot of things that we could do better, but when you have a game like that and against a top of the table team and you still come away with 3 points, I mean, that's a positive night. So we'll take it. And once again, Greenville, yeah, we're taking the belt back, but you guys are always really classy hosts. If you see on social media between the Reedy River Riot and the Omaha Parliament, the combined tailgate, and it's always a pleasure to come down there and see you guys and have them hang out. It's even more of a pleasure when we can take the belt back home where it belongs. So we'll see you later in the year. And thanks everyone for watching. We'll get a recap out and we'll get some hoots news going this week and get a little bit more of an in-depth. But this has been your quick hit kind of post-match reaction show. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.